When asked about the motive, he said maybe Bryan was too much into these true crime shows and serial killers, and then tried to carry it out. Now that's not the first time we heard of this. Many of us are familiar with the questionnaire Bryan put out, asking for responses from those who have committed a crime before. It's like he was using it to plan the perfect crime. Get insight into mistakes other criminals made in the past, so that when he carries out his crime, he avoids those mistakes. It would be the ultimate research project. Basically, he did the research part of it, and this would be the practical part to see if he would get caught. Maybe he wanted to get caught, to see if he could use his legal knowledge and training to beat the system and be exonerated.
And my take on it is he just got too into these crime shows, serial killers and stuff like that, and tried to carry it out. I mean, I really don't know.
Yeah, and that it does kind of I'm not gonna lie, that was my first thought when I came across the questionnaire that he did was, "Oh my gosh, he wanted to know what that actually felt like truly felt like." But
Yeah.
I do feel like there had to be some kind of predisposition to that because I mean, if
Yeah,
not, we would have so many killers running around that are into true crime.
exactly.
So the Queen of Wands would be wanting to prove that he can, wanting to put the knowledge that he has attained through schooling to use in some way. The Ace of Wands is about having the opportunity. So he saw the opportunity and he took it. The Six of Wands is about wanting to be in the public eye. What this is saying to me is he's wanted to do this for some time, and these girls were the piece of the puzzle that just happened to fall into the right place. And he wanted to test himself, use his knowledge and see if he could get away with it. So do I think it was targeted? Yes. But I don't think this idea formed because of the target. Like, I don't think it was like, oh, I want to kill this girl. I think it was, I want to do this in this way and get away with it. And these victims fell into the right slots that made it possible for him to do this. Either the adrenaline rush, I'm feeling it's more like the wisdom that would come from it. I really feel like it's like he thought that he was smart enough to get away with it. And in his mind, the experience of doing that and getting away with it would put him 10 steps ahead of the curve in terms of success in his career. And that would make up for the lack of emotional support that he felt he got, or the distance that he felt that he had early on in life, that he still had that wound from. It's yeah. And then the Ace of Cups is like, I'm just empty. I don't care. I need, he had gotten so low that in his mind, this rationally was going to favor him, because if he was to get away with this, he would have that knowledge and wisdom of how to get away with it, and he could bring that into his career and life path. The reality, it might be that he supported it and he just doesn't feel it or recognize it. I don't know. But he's trying to fill some void in his life by making himself exceedingly successful in his career. And he thought that this, getting away with this, would put him a step ahead of the curve. Madness and forbidden knowledge. He wanted that. That's what it was, forbidden knowledge. He wanted the first-hand experience of being able to commit something and get away with it, so he could then turn around and use that in whatever way he wanted to in his professional life, to be able to make himself more successful than everybody else. In his mind, it's like, I'm gonna pull a card after I say this. In his mind, it's like there's another level of consciousness that can only be unlocked by doing, by experience. And he thought that he was unlocking that and going to be able to benefit himself. Maybe even he thought he was benefiting others. I don't know. I don't think he really cares about that. But he thought he was going to be able to make himself proud because he was unlocking this higher level of consciousness through the act of gaining wisdom through doing and getting away with it. I thought, I'm too smart. They're not going to be able to catch me. But there was still thoughts in his mind about, okay, but what happens if they do? This is going to be a case like you've never seen before when it goes to court. The thinker, father of knowledge, knowledge, instruction, reinvention. My other reading, I said, I thought that Bryan was trying to take previous undertakings of other people who have committed similar crimes and reinvent the wheel. Reinvention, but he's trying to do it better. The thinker.